Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to Conquering the Euro on Football Manager 2021 with Everton. Today, it is part 3 of Season 6 and today's episode we go away to Italy to play against Antonio Conte's Inter Milan. In fact, has Conte been at Inter ever since the Sabre started? Yes, he has. So he's been there for a good 8 years. That's the longest stint he's ever had as a manager anywhere. There you go. He's got Inter playing well, the top of the group at the moment, which is a bit of a surprise. We'll talk about the other big team in the group in just a second. And then we go away to Tottenham. I don't know who they're managed by now. They're certainly not managed by Jose. They're managed by Frank de Boer. And let's see if we can get a win against them. Because I'm having a bit of a nosebleed. Not quite, don't worry, but I nearly am. We're top of the frigging league. We're top of the league. We've got 22 points. We lost one match against Man City. And we're top of the league. We are doing really well. I don't know if this can carry on, but let's have a quick look at how we are top of that league. So in the last episode, we went away to Lille and unfortunately lost, and then we beat Liverpool. And since then, we were on a 6-game winning run. And some of those opponents were pretty good. Obviously, we started with that Liverpool match, which you saw on camera. We then went and beat Coventry quite comfortably in the Cup. And we've been drawn against Leeds for the 4th round. And funnily enough, we'll play against them twice in a row in the next exchange of matches after these two. But we played very much, I don't want to be harsh on any of these players, but we played really a second-rate side, generally speaking. Maybe Sam Atkinson and Lewis Bate, not so, but some of our youngsters, the likes of Ryan Hill, came in, Pat Mayer came in, Errol McNaughton, and they did the job perfectly fine, and we beat Coventry comfortably by 2-0. We then went and beat West Brom by 3-1 away from home. Robin van den Berg scored 2, Alex Iwobi getting 1. Yes, we conceded, but it doesn't really matter. And then we beat Real Madrid. I should have really showed this one on camera, I suppose, but I don't want to show too many matches on camera. But what a match this was. At Goodison Park, I remember back to that episode last year where I called it, "Come to Goodison Park if you dare." And that certainly shows again for Real Madrid. We went and beat them 2-1. Matteo Viviani scored an early goal to put us 1-0 up. Kylian Mbappe made it 1 each, but Robin van den Berg made it 2-1. He's someone who's really very quickly becoming a star. Really is. 6 appearances in the Premier League. Well, 6 appearances in the Premier League, 7 goals. All in all, 6 appearances, 9 goals. Non-competitive, sorry, that is. So 9 appearances actually and 8 goals all in all. And again, another goal to add there. And then we played against Newcastle in the league, another comfortable match. No goal for Robin van den Berg there, but Lorenzo and Deji Satona getting goals to comfortably beat them. And then we absolutely destroyed Watford. Robin van den Berg getting 4 goals. Wow, brilliant match. Reece Nelson getting in there and Dennis Zakaria. Yes, we conceded 2, but when you score 6, it really doesn't matter. So Robin van den Berg, unsurprisingly, I guess, is top of the goal scoring charts. Remember, he did score 4 goals in the last match, so I guess that's skewed a little bit. But we are in really good form at the moment, and when you are in good form like this, you expect to win every match. We've got Tottenham today, and that's why I've come back for the Tottenham game. I see that being the biggest potential scalp in the next few matches. We've then got Leeds, Derby County, Southampton, and then our former employers, Wolves. And I think we'll come back next time for the game against Manchester United, because that genuinely, if we go on a good run of form here, that could be really a top-of-the-table clash. And then we've got Real Madrid in the Champions League as well. But this is quite a big game in the Champions League today. Believe it or not, Real Madrid have lost their first 2 matches. So a big opportunity this. If we can go and beat Inter Milan today, you would expect Real Madrid to go and beat Lille. I guess you never know with these things. But if Lille go and lose to Real Madrid and Inter lose to us, we're top of the group with Inter Milan. As long as we go through in some aspects, we should be all right. I mean, the objective is to be competitive in the Champions League. So for me, that's to do fairly decently. But it looks like Real Madrid are off to a bad start. You'd guess they can recover that. But if we can do the double over Inter Milan, we've got Inter in the next 2 Champions League matches. It's going to be a tough one away from home. But if we can go and beat them today, we give ourselves a slight chance, potentially, of topping the group. And this is the side that is going to go to Italy today. So we've got Jordan Pickford in goal. The usual back 4, Livramento, Godfrey, Almeida and Sanusi. Zakaria and Viviani starting the midfield with Atkinson, Lorenzo and Nelson in the attacking midfield. And then Robin van den Berg starts up front. Now, we had got Reece Nelson up front with Robin playing on the right. But Robin van den Berg prefers playing up front. Reece Nelson stays in the squad at left wing. I don't really think we've got much of a problem with that. And that's the team we're going to go for today. See how we get on. And we've got a good chance against Inter Milan. Since the last loss, which was in the first game in the Champions League against Lille, we're on a 6-match winning run. So hopefully we can go and do something with that confidence today. I've just read that Inter Milan are on a 7-match unbeaten run, so they're doing very well. They've won 5 of their last 5. They've got one of our former players in Pedro Neto, who looks an absolute star. They've got Romelu Lukaku. They've got some very, very good players. But remember, of course, we've won our last 5 games as well. The run for somebody's going to come to an end. Both sides can't win today. We'll keep an interesting look at the game between Lille and Real Madrid, because if Real Madrid drop any points, yeah, Real Madrid are going to find it really tricky to come back from that. They really are. But let's see how we get on against Inter Milan today. We took on Liverpool and beat them. We've took on some good sides and beat them. None other, obviously, than Inter Milan. And I think Lille have took the lead. They've got 6 points. They beat us, I know, but they definitely didn't beat Inter. They've took the lead against Real Madrid. What is happening to Real Madrid? I did check, by the way, after we played Real Madrid. I keep calling them Real Madrid, but it doesn't really matter, does it? And they're doing well in the league. They're top of the league. They haven't lost a match. They just can't seem to convert it at the Champions League at the moment. And it is right. Real Madrid are behind against Lille. And we're behind against Inter, which isn't great. I mean, if Inter and Lille get through this group, that would be quite amazing. Our objective, as I said, is to finish 3rd at the very least. So then we go into the Europa League. I'd like to qualify, though. And I think to qualify, ultimately, we could do the result against Inter today. Because, quite clearly, Lille look a bit more handy than they look. So, Lille look a little bit more handy than they look. Lille are more handy than they look. That didn't make any sense at all, did it? But yeah, they're a better side than they are on paper, you would suggest. Reece Nelson shoots, can't quite make it 1 each straight away. That would be a perfect comeback after conceding. But we've been on top, it seems. 54% of possession. Inter Milan have took their one and only chance so far. Surely it can't be 2-0, and it is. But I think Amrabat was offside there. Mark Rocker's initial shot would have... No, it wasn't. Was it Rocker? Yes, it was Mark Rocker's initial shot. Would have probably gone in, but Amrabat got the touch, deflected it, and that's why it looked a little bit easier than it should have been. But it's disallowed anyway because it's offside. But we've had more possession than Inter Milan. You would suggest we'd start to come into the game fairly soon. Real Madrid have got a goal back against Lille. So really this is the best result for Inter Milan today. And it leaves Real Madrid with a real problem. I don't think we played as well as we're capable of, definitely. I agree with that. Let's try and go attacking for 10 minutes. Let's see if we can get, as I said, a point really away from home against Inter would do us. But it's been a game with very little action. Only 11 shots between the two of us. Now that's 12. You'd suggest we are starting to be the team that's pushing up more and probably looks the most like scoring. But can Inter Milan score here? Neto, Amrabat, pegged to Bellerin with a shot and a lovely save from Jordan Pickford. Bellerin was very nearly going to get a lovely sweet goal from 20-25 yards out. Only for Pickford to get his hand on it and stop that one going in. But we don't seem to have much conviction up front. 9 shots, only 2 of them on target. I'm going to bring Reece Nelson off, I think, for... no, we won't. We'll put Nelson on the right because apparently Sam Atkinson looks a bit nervous. So we'll bring Alex Iwobi on the left, who still does a very good job for us. And we'll also bring on Kenneth Taylor for Dennis Sakari. Just make a few changes, see what happens, and see if we can pinch a goal back in this match. Because if we do lose today, it seems like a bit of an opportunity missed, especially if Real Madrid drop some points as well. Sander Berge, Brooks on the ball. Paul Brooks, he sounds like a very bizarre player to be playing for an Italian side. Not very the romantic Italian you might expect. Mendes on the wing for Inter Milan, puts it into Neto. Sanusi gets it out for now. Bellerin on the wing, good pressure here, but it puts it into the box for Pedro Neto. It's 2-0. A little bit like our game against Lille. I don't quite get what's happened today. I don't get that at all. We've certainly been in this match and we've had the more shots, but clearly we've not been clinical at all. Which, considering we scored 6 against Watford, you'd be a bit surprised that we can't be clinical. But a frustrating one if we lose today. You would suggest if you lose 2 out of your first 3 in the Champions League group stage, you might have a problem. And this just all seems a little bit too... Is amateurish the wrong word? I don't really know, but it's not great from us. It really isn't. Bit of a concern. We have got Inter at home next, which I think really turns into a must-win match. Or at least a match we get some points out of. But a disappointing way to start the episode. Lille have took the lead back against Real Madrid. So after 3 games, Real Madrid are going to lose all 3. Unbelievable. Alex Iwobi on the ball now. Can we get a draw out of this? Marcus Edwards? No, is the answer. Mattia Viviani put it to Godfrey. If Livramento can supply something here, Edwards, Viviani. If we can get a goal here, we've definitely got a chance of nicking a point. Valentino Livramento. Oh, terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Not been our day today. Really hasn't. A little bit like Real Madrid, I suppose. We're top of our league, playing well in the league, but it's not really working in the Champions League. I wasn't expecting this, and you wouldn't expect it on paper either with how the leagues are going, to be fair. With how the leagues are going, I don't know where Inter are, but if they've won the last 5 matches, it would suggest they're doing pretty well in their league. So that we've got 3 top sides here, and Pedro Neto does make it 3-0, but that is going to be ruled out for offside, I think. But very annoying not to score today. If we score and we put in a good shift, I can't really complain, but we've not really shown much clinical goal-scoring prowess today, which frustrates me. It really does. If we turn up in a match and don't play very well, we deserve exactly what's come to us today, and Inter Milan deserve their victory, and ultimately we should have done more, and we'll look to do more in that home leg, because if we lose that one, again, 3 points out of 4 in the Champions League, it puts us in a real dire situation. And if Lille can get through, well, fair play to them. But Real Madrid are going to make their job very, very hard. If we think it's bad for us, Real Madrid haven't even got any points yet. It is all over. We see the disallowed goal again. Disappointing match for us. I'm far from pleased with that result. You can't win all of them, I guess. But I guess a little bit worrying because he didn't offer too much there. 13 shots. I think we only had 2 or 3 at most on target. Let's hope it's better against Tottenham, but a real shock this group so far, seeing that Real Madrid have lost all of their matches. But if we can get a result out of Inter at Goodison Park, then all isn't lost, really. Some good news before we get into the match, and believe me, there is a bit of bad news as well. Man United have only got a draw against Leeds, so that's 2 points dropped for them. If we can beat Tottenham today, we get 3 points clear in the Premier League, and if Chelsea win their match, it's at least a 2-point gap. And the reason that I said we've got some bad news, Reece Nelson's going to be out for between 7 weeks and 3 months, which means he won't be back, if we say about, I guess it's still about this period here, isn't it? And we've got to play a lot of games between now and then. And he's one of our most influential players. He scored 20 goals for us last term. As you can see, 4 goals from 8 appearances this year, 2 assists as well. And I guess that makes Robin van den Berg and Lorenzo Chevalier so crucial to us now. So 2 changes from the last match. Marcus Edwards comes in for Sam Atkinson, who's not really firing on all cylinders. I want to give Edwards a chance to impress as well. And Alex Iwobi comes in directly for Reece Nelson. Now, one player that we'll be quite happy about Reece Nelson being out is Ryan Hill, who's one of our young right wingers who's whinging and going, oh, I should be starting for the first team. And he's a good player. He's a good player. But it's like any club, isn't it? If you've got a defined starting 11 who are playing well, why would you change it? And the only reason we have changed today is through that injury to Reece Nelson. So let's just hope that match against Inter Milan was just a blip, and hopefully we can get another good 3 points here in the Premier League. I'd take a point, I guess, away from home against Tottenham. What I wouldn't take, though, is another match like that disappointing one against Inter, and it's not started very well for us. Andrea Papetti has scored for Tottenham from that set piece. It's not quite panic stations just yet, because yes, we can lose against Tottenham. It's not the most unexpected result, but we are seeming a little bit out of sorts. It's funny, isn't it? You go and score 6 against an opponent, and then after that, you can't do anything. Really, really strange this is. Both games only having highlights for the other team so far, which says a lot. Really does say a lot for the way we're playing up front. We're not offering much, obviously. Holgate on the wing puts it in. Jasper Dowes puts Tottenham 2-0 up. What's going on? What is going on? I guess sometimes I'd kind of expect this. But 12 fouls. Our XG is appalling. What's happened? It feels like you guys have come back at completely the wrong time. Well, you know what they say. Good players don't become bad overnight, do they? Something's going wrong here. Very strange. Really strange. I can't pinpoint what the problem is. Both of our full-backs have got yellow cards. That's not ideal. I guess we push Lorenzo up a bit more to take some chances. Put these guys as inside forwards rather than inside wingers. Just experiment with that. Push Viviani up a bit. But 2-0 down. Again, we didn't show much against Inter Milan. We've definitely not shown anything at all today. And things start to become a little bit worrying. That being said, Chelsea really aren't taking this chance. Brighton are ahead against them. Tottenham now moving to third as it stands. But again, we're 60-odd minutes in and we're not offering anything at all. We're going to bring the young kid on, Ryan Hill. He's been craving a chance. And really, he's our only option on the bench. Because we've got Reece Nelson out. Deji Satona's also out. We've got a few attacking options out. And really, this is the strongest squad we've got. We've got nobody to really call upon. And the worrying bit, as I said, is we've had absolutely no highlights from an attacking point of view. And now we're 3-0 down. Is it going to be one of those classic times where the tactic just stops working? I really don't know. I really don't know. And it's really frustrating, this sort of performances. Because we know we can do so much better. And this is turning into something that's, you know, I can accept sometimes losing, but this has been dreadful. 3-0 down. Now 4. What is going on? What's going on? Tottenham are a good side. Great. I'm happy about that. But 4-0 down? Really? It's been a terrible performance. Really has. Really has. And this is really disappointing. I was hoping to come back today and kind of blow our own trumpet a little bit and go, well, we've played really well and let's hope you guys can see some of us playing well. And in fact, we've really not shown that at all. Just shows how bad this defeat is. We've gone behind Manchester United on goal difference because we haven't scored a goal today. Conceded 6 in 2 games and not really had much of a chance. Been bad in front of goal, and that suggests to me so we need some attacking training quite quickly. And with Reece Nelson being out, we could start to struggle. I don't know if this run of games is getting to the lads. I really don't know, but we've been completely uninspiring today. And it's a case of going back to the drawing board. What can Ryan Hill do here? He gets dispossessed quite easily from Wilfred Ndidi. Zaidu Sanusi, can we get a consolation? The answer is no. Wow, this has been a learning experience for sure. We've got Leeds in the Cup next. They went and drew against Manchester United. Not a good time to go and play them, you would suggest. How can you go from winning 6-2 against a side, effectively winning 4-0, to go and losing 4-0? I haven't really got any words because although obviously you never expect to stay in first, you never expect to be a runaway leader in the league, I'd have expected better from this. We went and beat Real Madrid, for goodness sake. I know that every other side in the group has done so, but I'm really going to try and hang on to that because that was impressive. This, though, is a match I'd quite like to forget. And it's not like, okay, we're missing Reece Nelson, sure, but we've got backups. I mean, our defensive options aren't a problem. This is the defence that's kept plenty of clean sheets this season and last season. It's not like we've just been on a lucky run of form. Bit of a blip for us, and I hope that is all it is, a bit of a blip, because that was absolutely dreadful. 4-0 against Tottenham. A poor performance, poor results, and it's definitely back to the drawing board. And as one of the fans says there, that was rubbish, wasn't it? And I think that sums up today's episode. Bit of a crash back down to earth. And it doesn't really get any easier. We've got a match against Leeds in the Cup, then against them in the League. Then we've got Inter Milan again. You'd suggest we need something out of them at home. We've got a bit of respite with Derby and Southampton. As I said, we'll come back probably for the Manchester United and Real Madrid match. It depends which one is crucial. If the Lille match is crucial, then we'll come back for Lille and Man United. But if not, we'll come back for Man United and Real Madrid. But hopefully, we can go on a run a little bit like this off camera. Not like the one we've just taken. But what I have noticed, and that's a good point, is that our away form hasn't been great all season. We played away against Man City and Lille and lost. We played away against Tottenham and against Brighton and drew. We've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 away games and only won 2 of them. whereas at home, we haven't dropped a point. I suppose that bodes well for the next month with having 4 out of 5 games in November at home, but maybe the wheels are starting to come off slightly, and it's not going to be the perfect season that I thought it might have been at the start of the episode. But I guess it's exciting in some ways when things start to go wrong, and hopefully we can start to repair it. But fingers crossed it doesn't derail our whole campaign. But if you've enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for regular Football Manager 2021 content. Remember, we're doing 4 videos a week on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday at 6 PM. Enjoy the rest of your day. I've been CIJ Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.